So we're gonna go over some tips on a little bit and some rules on how to use Zoom. So if you have any questions, I ask that you please only type it in the chat. Um, don't say it out loud, just type it in the chat. There will be people who will be monitoring the chat as well, my technology team. So that way, if you do have questions, they will make sure that I see it or make sure that your question is answered if they know the answer to the question. So I just want to give y'all a little guidance on muting. So if you are watching on your phone, all you need to do is just tap your screen and it'll be straight like at the bottom. It's like a little mic at the bottom. And you just click that button if you don't know where to mute it. If you're watching on your computer, just tap the mic at the bottom. And if you still don't know where it's located, don't worry. I'll go straight to the chat and make sure that I mute everyone. And then you can also unmute yourself as well. But just make sure that if you know you're making noise around you to mute yourself, please. So I hope that I guided you in making that a lot easier. And again, if you don't know how, I would just go straight to the chat and just mute everybody. Yeah, okay.
You unmuted yourself. You muted yourself. I mean, yeah. Mute yourself. I did it already.
Slide. So now is an introductory and prayer by me. So hi everyone, my name is Kennedy Wilkes and I will be your host for this workshop. I am so blessed that y'all all attended this virtual workshop and I hope that you gained so much out of it. So I just want to say welcome if I haven't already said it. And as we go through this workshop, please remember, as I said before, to mute yourself and to only type in the chat if you have any questions or concerns or anything that you want to know. For everyone who just joined, don't forget to say your name and where you're watching it from because we want to hear different places because I heard some people are from Los Angeles, Atlanta, Ohio. So that's good to hear that we're all in various places coming together in one union. And so during this workshop, I do ask that you take a lot of pictures because we want to make sure we savor these moments. And so my technology team will be putting a filter in the chat where you can use to share on social media with hashtag #GoGoWithKen and hashtag Unity. And so I just ask that you use that filter if you want to share anything on social media to promote and build the workshop for the next one that we have. And so let's get into the introduction. So in preparation for this introduction, I actually came across a poem called Right Now by Ezekiel Amuzo. He created a motivational and astonishing poem that has been the foundation for me in creating my visions. He said, I need you to understand that I cherish your desires, but why are you so eager to get your Christopher Columbus on? You are so desperate to circle an earth that you think revolves around you, that your whole perspective of the world is thought out wrong. In this excerpt of the poem, he is saying, yes, we all have desires to achieve greatness. But in order to achieve greatness, we need to allow God to lead and guide us in his time and not ours. And I truly believe that this is what God is doing with this workshop. In addition, I want to provide you with more background information about my personal journey with Girl Scouts. So I have been a Girl Scout since the 4th grade, and I am now an ambassador who is reaching to receive her gold award with the help of all of you. I have completed a lot of community service, and I have completed my bronze and silver award under Miss Marie Ledette and Gwen Johnson. And I have also attended camps, even though I was so young to remember, guys. I am currently now working on receiving my gold award with the help of Miss Katie Spencer, my mentor, and all of you. And this workshop is a project that I have created for my gold award. Our mission for this workshop is to guide you on getting new information, to help you feel supported, and to educate you. I desire for each of you to learn more about the topic of verbal and physical bullying, to completely understand how you feel about bullying and your personal experience, to empower you throughout life, and to make sure that each of you feel this is a judge-free environment. The amazing people who will help my vision come alive is our beautiful guest speaker, Dr. Alice Gauthier and Devin Moore, which will speak more on the topic and hold a Q&A session, which will speak more on the topic and hold a Q&A session. Our workshop facilitator, Jayla Jackson, and our technology team will monitor the chat and put helpful information in there. So all of the beautiful people that I just mentioned, please wave to everybody so they know who you are and you are acknowledged. Okay, so now let's begin to pray, guys. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, amen. The scripture for this morning session is John chapter 15, verse 20, which says, remember what I've told you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecute me, they will persecute you also. The synonyms of bullying is persecution, intimidation, and oppression. God, I know that we have went through a serious season of persecution, and I know that you have. This scripture means to me that God is looking an eye through everything holding our hand. He sees what we've been through. He sees our experiences are not okay, but he is fighting our battles for us. He calls us worthy, even when we've been hurt from the past. And God and many others have been through the same thing, and we are here for each other. God, thank you for revealing to us that we are not in this by ourselves, and we need you and our community. We are ready to be open to you and receive healing. I believe that even though we have been through, seen, and experienced so much this year and throughout life, we are still worthy and are united together. Amen. Let's begin our icebreaker, guys. Already on? Okay. Just what's the rules? Okay. So the icebreaker we will be doing today is a house scavenger hunt. Okay. And I will be timing. So let me pull my phone out. All right. So the scavenger hunt we'll be doing today will consist of 10 items. I will call out each item one by one. Each item is 5 points, and you have 1 minute to find it. So once you find it, you have to put a certain letter in the chat if you answered first. If you were the person who answered first, you have to immediately show your item. If you don't show the item, you will be disqualified. If the first person is disqualified, the person who answers second can show their item and get the point. We will have different features that people have, like if you have curly hair or if you wear glasses to find a certain item to run to go. And if you run to go get that item, you must leave your phone. The adults cannot play this game, but please help us by watching the chat. Whoever the winner is will receive a prize through the mail. Okay, so I'm gonna do a trial run. Okay, so I'm gonna put the chat here so I can see whoever goes first. So the trial run is, if you have a white shirt on, find a pen and put the letter S in the chat. So you have 1 minute to find it, and you don't get a point for this. So you have 1 minute to find it. Ready, set, go.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What letter
Nobody?
was it, everybody?
Nobody? No.
Oh,
Nobody? Okay. Okay, of course. My technology team, because we're all wearing white. Okay, so then she would get the point, and then she would get the 5 points. Okay. So I'm gonna ask Ayla to take the score for each person.
Yes, ma'am.
Christina, do you have a question? If you do, put it in the chat. Okay. So let's get started with the game, y'all. Okay. Whew. So the first question is, if you have curly hair, find a picture frame and put the letter P in the chat. Okay. Ready? Let me start my timer, y'all. I'm forgetting. I'm sorry. Okay, let me start my. Okay, ready? Set, go. Come on, y'all. Y'all got 56, 55 seconds. 54, 53. Okay. It's going down. 40 seconds. I know somebody that got curly hair. Can you find a picture for me? No. God, y'all. 26 seconds. 24, 23, 21. Okay. Chelsea? Okay. That's the winner for that round. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. My slide keeps bouncing. Okay. The next one is, if you wear glasses, find something yellow. And if you find something yellow, put the letter H in the chat. Oh, shoot. Let me go back. Chelsea, can you show us your picture frame? I don't know if I can see on this screen. So unmute yourself so I can see you. I'm sorry, Chastity, can you show us your picture frame, girl? You got 30 seconds. Chelsea, show us your picture frame, girl, before we continue with the second one. All right. I don't want to say your name wrong, but is it Samaria? Samaria Dutson? I don't want to say your name wrong. Is that how you say it? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. So, Chastity, since you didn't show yours, Samaria, can you show yours? So you can get the point. I'm sorry. Because I already announced the second one. Nope. Okay. Delu, do you think we could give Chastity the first point?
If that's what you want to do.
Okay. You can give it a point.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll move on to the second one. Chastity, show us something yellow.
I can't
Show it yellow.
it's not letting me fill the screen.
Is it like a blanket or something? Because it looks like a blanket.
No, it's a Tweety bird. She can see it.
Okay, I can see it.
It's like this with the face.
Oh, I used to have one of those. I threw them away. Okay, next one, y'all. I'm finna mute you real quick. Okay. So the next one is, if you have more than one sibling, find a jacket. It doesn't matter the color of the jacket, and put the letter I in the chat. Okay, so I'm about to start the timer. Ready, set, go. Blessing? Okay, Blessing was the first one who got it. That was fast. Let me see it, Blessing. Unmute yourself, girl, and let me see it.
I didn't know I
She's
can't.
showing it.
But this is like a gray jacket.
Ooh,
If you can see the hoodie.
it looks like fuzzy, like a fuzzy white jacket. Okay, okay, I like it. I like it. I like the vibes. I like the vibes. Okay, so the next one is, I know that we got some seniors in here, okay? So the next one is, if you're a rising senior, find something green and put the letter A in the chat. Okay, so ready, set, go. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. And it's the letter A. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all didn't hear that. Y'all got 42 seconds. Coming down to 39 seconds. 39 seconds. 35. 33. 30. 30. 29. 28. 27. 26. 24. 23. Okay. Time is ticking. 16. 15. We don't have no rising seniors in here. You can find something green. Miss Marie. Rising seniors in high school.
You said
Wow.
right ears.
Yes. Okay,
Oh.
Araya. Even though the time was up, can you show it, Araya? Araya. Araya, show your item.
She's showing it. She's showing her Girl Scout.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't see. I only have like 6 people right here. Okay. So the first point went to Chastity. The second point was Blessings. No, sorry. The first point was Chastity. Second one was Chastity. Third one was Blessings. And the last one was Rice. Okay. So this is the 5th one. If you are 10 or 11 or 12 or 13, whatever age in that range, find a book and put the letter C in the chat. Ready, set, go. Y'all got 54 seconds. Oh, okay. I don't want to say your name wrong, but is it Aaron? Aaron?
Say yes.
Yes, I did.
What book is that?
The Land of Stories.
Ooh, look at you. Look at you. Okay. You read, you know, I'm proud of you. Okay, so the next one is, if you are an only child, find a picture of you of your family or friends together. Ready, set, go. Y'all got 50 seconds. 50 seconds. I don't know if I said the letter, but the letter is T. The letter T. The letter T. The letter T. Nobody's the only child? Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. I am. So maybe I need to find me a picture. Dang. Time is about to be up, y'all. 3 seconds, 2, 1, 0. Okay, nobody gets that point. All right. So everybody just have a sibling? Dang, am I the only child in here that is the only child? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, so the next one is, if you're wearing black, find a red t-shirt and put the letter O in the chat. Ready, set, Go. You got 1 minute. Time is ticking. 56 seconds. 54. 52. 50. Does shoes count? Nope, it's a t-shirt. Shoes don't count. If you got a shirt, a black shirt. Nobody has black on today? Dang. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I got 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 2. Okay. I'm sorry. Thought everybody would have black on. I understand. Okay, so if you're wearing yellow, find a comb and put the letter F in the chat. Ready, set, go. You got 46 seconds. 42, 41, 39, 38, 6, 35, 34, 32, 31, 30, 28. I'm ticking. 21, 20. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Time's up. Okay. Time up. Okay, so this one is for everybody. Let's start doing ones for everybody. Okay. Find it could be a purse or a bag. Let's see what color. Just a purse or a bag, and put the letter G in there. You got 1 minute. Ready, set, go.
Blessing responded first.
Ooh. Okay. So is Blessing.
Okay, this is my bag.
Ooh. Is that Michael Kors? Ooh.
No, you mad.
Oh, it's still pretty.
Thank you.
Okay. So this one is for everybody too. Find a paintbrush or a makeup brush and put the letter K in the chat. Ready, set, go. Okay, Blessing got that first. Dang, Blessing, you fast. Okay,
Wait, you said a paintbrush?
it could be a paintbrush or a makeup brush. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it's a paintbrush.
Oh, you like to paint?
Yeah, on my free time.
Especially during quarantine, I've been painting.
Yeah.
Not an artist, but I've been trying. Okay, so the next one is for everybody. Okay. Find a spoon and put the letter N in the chat. Ready, set, go. No, it's the letter is N. N. All right, I got 39 seconds. 36. Lessons again. Lessons.
Well, the letter N.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I still feel so bad for I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all one more since the last two nobody was able to get those because they didn't have the colors on. Okay, so one more. This one is for everybody. Let's think of a good one. I don't know. It's a good one that nobody has. Find a trying to see around. Find. I'm gonna do this interesting one. Okay. Find something that's orange in your house and put the letter M in the chat. So ready? Hold up, y'all. Let me get my timer. My phone went out. Okay, ready? Set. Go. Okay. Okay, Chelsea got that one. So it's your orange thing, girl.
I'm coming. Can you see it or no?
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So the winner is.
It's a tie between Chastity and Blessing.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Blessing won.
Congratulations, Blessing. Round of applause, Blessing. Round of applause. So I hope y'all enjoyed that game. I really hope y'all did. It was fun. Okay, so next is the presentation, my presentation, and I will hold a Q&A session at the end. So if you have any questions, you can ask while I'm presenting as well. But we'll do a Q&A where we answer everybody's questions at the end. So let's get into it. Okay, so the PowerPoint today, we will gain a deeper understanding about bullying and how to handle the effects that we have actually experienced in our lives. So throughout the session, I really want us to receive and get guidance from our guest speakers at the end after the break, and also seek to receive guidance from them and hold a Q&A session to ask them questions as well, so they can also expand your knowledge to more than I had. And if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to type it in the chat, and I will make sure that I answer it after the presentation. Okay, so this is my bullying story, and I would actually like to read off of the presentation, and you can read with me as well. From 1st to 4th grade, I did experience a lot of verbal bullying, and I endured name-calling, teasing, and verbal abuse. The kids who bullied me were the popular kids, and they always tried to tear me down by belittling me about my beauty, my intelligence, and my talents. And I would often come home and say that I didn't want to be on this earth anymore. My mom would tell me not to say those words, and I told my family I never told my family because I didn't think they would understand and get that I didn't know it was serious. I couldn't tell my friends and family because I really didn't want them to know, and my friends really didn't know that it was affecting me like that. And I would say that that moment was not a moment of confidence, happiness, and it did make me feel alone and rejected. And I will also say that it wasn't until I got older and educated myself that I actually understood what the full capacity of bullying was about. Okay, so once you complete all of your design sessions that you want to attend, I really want to hear what you gained and what you thought about the anti-bullying workshop by filling out the survey that I will email all of you on the last day of the workshop. I want to thank you all for actually joining this morning's session, and I want you to know that I'm here to support you and guide you and teach you and educate you, and I want the same back because I also want to be educated as well. So type in the chat and answer these 2 beginning questions. What are the types of bullying that you know? And do you think that all types affect people in the same way? Yes or no, and why? So I'll give you 2 or 4 minutes to answer that in the chat. Then I'll give you my answer. Mm-hmm. Good point. Good point. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I would definitely agree with y'all about a lot of them. I would say before I even started this presentation, I did know a lot of the types of bullying. I had to be educated as well by other people to know. So my answer is there are 8 types that I am going to be teaching you about today. I would definitely say that all types do affect people in different ways. They don't affect them the same. And I say that because I've heard a lot of people's stories and how it differently affects them and what they go through during the whole experience. Okay, so this is the bullying's impact. As you read that, I'm going to read this. I saw this quote that said bullying prevails amongst 11 to 15-year-olds in 145 countries. Bullying has really become a global challenge that is not really discussed, not really talked about, doesn't have rules that are implemented towards making it better. A lot of victims and bullies suffer from various dynamics that include social, educational, and health development, which can lead to many issues into adulthood and teenagehood, which we must navigate the root cause of bullying, and it does begin in middle school as well. It can happen in person and online. And one thing I have learned is that it also can be called hazing and sexual harassment. I'm gonna let y'all read that for 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, next slide. All right, so the definition of bullying is a form of aggressive behavior in which someone intentionally and repeatedly causes another person injury or discomfort. So bullying can be anybody. A bully can be your neighbor, your colleague, your condescending family member. It can be anybody. So bullies can come from everywhere. Okay, so off of the facts of this, you can read it, but I'm only going to read one fact that stood out to me, was the one that says, recent studies show that American children up to 8 to 15 years of age, sorry, I have to move you out the way, 15 years of age range bullying as a greater problem than racism and sexual pressure or use of drugs. That one was different for me because I never really looked at bullying that way. And like since it's another issue that they don't address, you don't know that it's greater than that. Which is really interests me about that fact. Okay, so this is the root cause of bullying. The root cause of bullying is that sometimes children have this feeling of loneliness, shame, and anger. Some behaviors are usually intended to reduce the popularity of the victim and bolster the bullying's social standing. And some breeding grounds for bullying behavior are family environments and other situations that model and encourage achieving goals at the expense of other people's feelings. So these are the 8 types that we will be learning about today. The 8 types are physical, verbal, rational, relational, cyber, collective, cyberstalking, individual, and social. Okay, so the first type is verbal bullying. So its weapon is for the bully to use their voice to control, to have superiority and power. That is the whole thing that they want to do over the victim. An example of that is threatening words, shaming, teasing, insults, and etc. Okay, so these are some few facts that I had to extremely learn when it came to verbal bullying. Is that most verbal bully victims are affected in a real way, more than you could know. Even though it is words, it holds strong power. When we do verbal abuse, we don't think about what the victim is experiencing in their homes or what they're experiencing in life in general. A verbal attack can have physical consequences. And a way that I would say to handle this type of verbal abuse is to ignore the bully, to remain civil, and to tell an authority, and to make sure to look for other sources of enjoyment. Because we want to make sure that any person who experiences bullying is supported, feels like they are not in this by themselves, and is educated on what specifically that they're going through and what type it is. So the next type is physical bullying. So this I put next to it in parentheses is severe bullying. And I say that because, yeah, verbal, cyber, and all different types is affected strongly in all different types of ways. And I'm not downplaying any of them, but this is like 1 out of 10. This is a 10. And I would say extremely that is because it's physical attack, it's stealing, it's domestic violence, it's fighting. It reaches another level. It's hitting, spitting, slapping. It has different levels to its capacity. And their intent is basically to hurt someone's body or damage their positions. And it can have different leading reasons why, but these are a little bit of the facts about physical, is that it can cross the line into sexual harassment and sexual assault. That one kind of shocked me because it's like, I didn't know that it could go to that capacity, and to learn that it can reach that extreme level, it just made me want to drive more to understand how can I help people like that, because it is to me that's another level of harming somebody else and taking away from how they feel about themselves. So that was something that I extremely learned and was completely shocked about, I would say. Okay, so the next slide is relational bullying. Okay, so their intent is to hurt someone's reputation or social standing. It can be linked with physical and verbal bullying. I don't know. They call relational social bullying as well. So that can be saying nasty comments, excluding others from activities. And I don't know if y'all seen the movie Mean Girls, but I have. And so I didn't know this until I had to do some research, that relational bullying can be Mean Girls. I didn't know that. Relational bullying occurred in Mean Girls. And that's like literally a lot of people's favorite movie. So that's just something I learned. I was kind of shocked. And also, there's this book called Queen Bees and Wannabes. That book as well, that has relational bullying into it. And I was like, wow, like it's crazy what you know, what you don't know. And it's crazy. I didn't know about relational until I actually did more research. And I would agree it's a very unfamiliar one. I don't even think I knew about relational until I was educated. And it also can be called relational aggression. I didn't know that either. And it is common amongst girls, really common amongst girls. A relational bully uses social groups to hurt a peer or the peer's social standing within the group. And I definitely would say that's been done in Mean Girls, because they had, their little book where they talked about everybody in Mean Girls. So that was definitely in Mean Girls. Okay, so the next one is cyberbullying, which the definition is passive aggressive behavior. It is conveyed only online through social media, texting, video, email, online discussion, any digital format you could think of. And it could be just posting a mean comment under somebody else, DMing them, a threatening message. It could be something as simple as that. So these are the facts that I have. So mean comments can be focused on things like gender, religion, race, sexual orientation, and sometimes it can be counted as discrimination in schools as well, depending on what was said and during the situation. Cyberbullying can make things worse, and they do have legal consequences. And it is a very serious issue as well. Um, it could be something that's exposing a victim's information, hacking into an account. It could be something just as simple as that. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to talk about that is not on here is cyberstalking. Cyberstalking can actually have legal consequences and jail time. Cyberstalking can be referred kind of like the same thing about cyberbullying, but I think to a different level of extreme. And so I definitely would say that one is just as serious as cyberbullying, and it has high level consequences as well. So I would definitely say that's another one. Now the next two that I'm going to talk about, I consider them like, I would say, strategies that bullies have on how to attack a victim. And why I say that is because collective can be known as a way, it can be known as mobbing, basically. And I don't know if you've heard people say this, but ganging up on somebody. And it's like where an individual is attacked by all group. So it's like more than one individual attacking a specific target. And why I say that one and the other one, they're both as bad, but I would say the group is really bad as well, because it's like you're attacking a certain individual. And kind of like what I said about the other one, individual is a single bully attacking one individual or targets at a time. So I've seen both. I can't tell you if I experienced neither one. I think it mostly been individual more than a group. Okay, so now we're going to talk about who are the victims that are targeted. So it could be disabled people, it can be people of different social classes, and people of different genders or sexual orientations, people like who are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender. In that category, it could be personality. You could have a certain personality like about you. It could be your behavior or your body language. It could be your physical appearance, anything that draws attention to them that they like about you. It could be your social culture, like your race, your gender, your income, your religion. It could be all of those things. It's various reasons why they attack victims. So the short-term effects of bullying, the social isolation, feelings of shame, dropping out of school or skipping school, depression, changing in eating habits, low self-esteem, and anxiety. And just to kind of add on to that, if you wanted to know how do you know if somebody is physically going through, how can you tell? You can tell just about the difference in the mood, and that's why I listed all these, because you can tell those are differences in moods. Like if you know a certain person always loves to go to school and now she's skipping school, it could be because of that. If she starts isolating herself from her friends, and when I mean isolation, lonely, like she's starting to feel lonely or she's stepping away from other people, it could be a lot of reasons why, and it could be that reason specifically. I know that it is said that eating habits can change, which is a common one, a big one, and anxiety, depression, low self-esteem. I would say for me, I experienced the social isolation, the low self-esteem, um, and anxiety, and that was kind of what happened for me. So long-term effects is increased risk of suicidal thoughts, suicide plans, and suicide attempts, difficulties in relationships, inability to trust others, poor health, self-destructive behavior, which can include self-harm, substance abuse, increased indications of continued bullying and victimizing. So So the question we're probably all wondering is, where is this bullying behavior developed? So let me answer your question. Children watch their parents, they watch their teachers, they watch everyone around them. And I would say that really does contribute to their growing motor compass, because what they see you do, they also practice in their lives. So not just that, but it could be their peers that they see something that they do, so they continue to do it. It just depends. A lot of behaviors come from a lot of different places. But I would say that most kids, when they're young, they do look to their parents, look to their teachers, and all people around them to grow and help them understand how to navigate life. So, okay, so the question that I probably wanted to know this whole time is how to respond to any bullying issue. So I call these the 3 R's. So the first one is to recognize. When I mean recognize that you know it's bullying. You've seen a significant change in this person. You've seen how it's affected them. You've seen what each situation is. You've seen it. You know it. Maybe you've been a witness. Maybe you've seen the change and shift in them. Whatever it is. So now you have to know, okay, how do I respond? How do I respond to this issue? I'm going to tell you. The one thing I would say is to make sure that you tell a trusted adult and you don't stop until somebody can help you. Because the moment you let somebody down by not helping them, by doing them service, to be able to tell them how to get better with bullying or how to make this situation stop, that's when the moment it still continues. And that person begins to lose hope. So after you figured out, okay, I'm going to respond by telling somebody, I got this. I promise you can. I'm going to tell somebody. Okay. So after you said, okay, I'm going to tell somebody, now it's time to report and start doing that. So that's when you go to the trusted adult. And one thing I would tell you to tell your friend is to ignore the bully. Ignore them. Because what they want us to do is give them the attention, give them the anger, the frustration. And when you come and you say, okay, I'm not going to do that today, I'm going to ignore you. And I know it's not easy. It's easier said than done. But know that we and all your friends are here to support you. And if you know how to respond to it, then you will do better by every person that you encounter that has gone through this. So once you have done all of these 3 things, you allow God to do the rest. Once you've done what you know that you can do, you allow God to do the rest. And you keep fighting if you know that it's something that's serious for you. And I'm going to keep fighting for us too. You know, we have to keep fighting for what we feel is right. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all some scenarios. Okay, so answer these in the chat. We're going to do 2 of them. Okay, so the first scenario is Meg is a new housekeeping staff that started 2 weeks ago. She is often given the cold shoulder by other staff members who refuse to help her with any question. She asks, but therefore she is having a hard time learning the ropes. Other staff members also isolate and ignore her during breaks and lunches. What would you do to help Meg feel more comfortable at the job? Hold up. Sorry, y'all. Let me go back. My slide keeps jumping. All right, well, for me, I would probably just, because this is considered workplace bullying when you when you don't include people into anything that's going in job or anything that you know can help that person. So I would probably start trying to include Megan what's going on, informing her, keeping her updated, because the best way to connect and help somebody else is by being there. talking to other people and saying, hey, make sure you include Meg in these things because she feels left out. She doesn't know anything. She's new here, and it's not right to isolate her. Because even though it's something that's minor, it's still something big because it might make somebody feel a certain way. And this is called, like I said before, it's called workplace bullying without anybody ever knowing it. And it can happen in the workplace. And so we have to be the step of change by saying, hey, come sit with me. Hey, let me help you out. Let me teach you. Let me make the situation better for you. Because sometimes people are having a hard time, having a hard day, and don't know what to do. So the next one is you heard that someone you thought was a friend has been spreading a cruel and untrue rumor about you. What would you do? So this time, y'all type in the chat because we want to be interactive and fun during this presentation. If there's anything you want to say, type in the chat. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I agree. I would talk to her about it. I would. That's true because the best way to address something is to go to the source, not go around it. So I agree. I agree. Okay, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Move on to the next slide. Okay, so the common misconceptions of how others describe bullying is that most adults say, okay, kids are just cruel. When in reality, the reason we don't take account is that as adults, we're their mentors. And they're often cruel themselves, like the mentors are cruel themselves. Believe it or not, it's learned behavior. Viewing the behaviors of others is what you learn. So true harassment is one approach to obtaining the benefit at the individual, group, or even national level. And so while adults do abolish children to stop bullying each other, there is a moral code that allows for them and promotes bullying and revenge. So these are a few resources that I have that is in my presentation that you guys can read that I have used that have helped me. And so I would also like to introduce these 4 presentations resources that I have created for everybody to use. So I have a resource book that everybody can use. Inside of it, it has different organizations that you can go to and they give you great information. I would like to call out one organization that gives great information is Piercy Bullying website. They have a great website that you can go to and they give you a whole bunch of information, activities to do for bullying, everything. They're absolutely a great website. And so this is one of them. Another one, it goes more into detail about the different types of bullying, just describing physical, verbal, social, all the types of bullying, cyber stalking, individual, all types. These have all the types in there. And so in here is the bullying prevention and intervention book. On the back, it has signs and symbols. And it just has how to prevent, how to help children understand bullying, what teens can do, and it has more information. And I also have helpful tips on how to help each bullying victim. So you will all get these through email, all the 4 resources. If not, we will mail them to you. And so we will also give you this presentation at the end so everybody can have it, so that they can be able to talk to friends or tell other people about it and spread the message. So I absolutely want to thank y'all and I hope that y'all like the presentation. So now we will have our Q&A session. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. No questions? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But if y'all don't have any questions, I just want to say, I hope that y'all enjoyed the presentation, and I can't wait for the other speakers to come and educate y'all even more than what I've already done, because I know that they're gonna bring it. I know that they're gonna do an absolutely great job. So before we do this, before we go on our break, I just genuinely appreciate y'all, and come back in 15 minutes, go get your coffee, go get your food, go get everything so you can be energized, because I know it's 11:09 in the morning and we all need energy. So y'all have a 15-minute break.
Hey, Kennedy. Kennedy, there was a question in the chat, and I think it went accidentally. I think it just went straight to me. But the question was, when did you first cry out for help?
I guess for me, when I first cried out for help was when I got older, to be 100% honest with you. Because I really did not share. Like, when I promise you, I didn't tell anybody. I told my mom, I told my family and my mom probably when I was like 13, 14. I waited so long because I didn't want them to know. And so, kind of for me, my whole process was I went through bullying for a while. Then it was a period where I was like, okay, I'm going to change myself. I'm going to fit in with everybody because I want to be friends with these cool people. I don't want them to treat me like this anymore. And so when I did that, I remember after that, it went like in a dark spell for me personally. And then I began to really change and really start to be open with my parents and my family. And it just took a while, and they can justify it. It took me a while to actually be open and actually tell them, because I just wanted to figure it out on my own. I didn't want everybody to know. I didn't want to cause commotion. And also at the time, it's way different now than it was then. I was not educated, and I didn't know the difference until I was like, okay, I'm going to know the difference. I'm going to understand. And I was like, okay, well, since I've been through it, I'm going to make a change. So for me, it was kind of way different from me. I hope I answered your question. What is the youngest age you believe someone should? I guess the youngest age to have a conversation as young as possible. If you know that, like, if you know that, like, I would say probably when they go into school, because a lot of kids deal with it like way differently. Some kids deal with it in a different way. You know, it's way different than it was for me. I would say I saw something like 2 years back. Is I saw like a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old. For me, it wasn't like that, you know. And so I would definitely say start in kindergarten. If that's possible, start then, because the earliest you can educate them, the earliest they know, and then they stop doing that. And then be an example for them. Like, not only educate them, but just be an example and have a conversation. Say, hey, do you know what this is? And say, okay, well, if you don't know, let me educate you so you do know. And so where that if the thing resurface, they already know, okay, mom, I think this is a situation. And just keep reminding them what it is. I worked as? Yes, yeah. I agree with you. I do agree. A lot of kids do hide their smartness because they don't want other kids to really do pick on them. Okay, if you don't. Was it strictly at school? Okay, so some of the negative comments was like I'm ugly, was that I wasn't pretty. They would say like they would make fun of my hair because I used to have pigtails and stuff. It used to be mean. It was just a lot of things that were said, but I do remember the one thing was that I was pretty. I know, yes, it's a simple comment, but for me, I took it in a whole different way. I took it in a whole different spin. I took it like I'm not beautiful, so then I don't want to be here. If they keep saying I'm not beautiful, if they keep talking about me, if they keep saying the same thing, I don't want to be here anymore. So that's kind of, so the one thing that I do will say that's mostly what they did pick on, and that's most something they did say. And like I said, it's something small, but to me it was something big, and it hit really different to me. Next question. Hang hang up. Learn. Yes, I agree. And I'm never too young to learn, okay? Because this is crazy. I've learned literally so much about this project, like stuff I didn't know. And I'm really grateful for that because I had really had started projects not really knowing that much about bullying. Okay, so does anybody have any more questions? Okay, if not, y'all can go on y'all 15-minute break, and I will start the timer. So y'all go get y'all coffee, y'all food, and relax, okay? And then please come back after the 15 minutes. So I will start the timer.
Stopped everything, and we wrote a song called The Blessing. And it's straight from scripture. And it's the heart of the Father over us as his kids. And we're going to sing it this morning, if that's okay. And this is a blessing over you and your family and your children. So just receive this morning. Just put your hand out in front of you. Turn your heart to a place of just receiving the blessing of heaven. God himself over you this morning. Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you. Be gracious. Lord turn face toward you and keep. Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine. Be gracious to you. Lord turn face toward you and keep. Lord bless you and keep. Make his face shine Be gracious, Lord, serve face toward you and keep. So we receive, we agree, amen. And 1,000 generations, your family, and your children, their children, their children, your spirit, 1,000 generations, your family. He is real, he is holy, and
Hey, my name is Chandler. I'm a part of the collective family called Maverick City Music, and I'm so excited to be in my Elevation family today. We're going to take the next couple minutes to dive into a moment of worship. I think today was a great day, great to be reminded of the promises of the Lord over us. As a lot of us are losing sight, losing hope, even losing language from what's happening in the country and the world. I think it'll be best to put on kingdom and heavenly perspective and be reminded of what something that we live by, the word of God reminds us.
Hey guys, let's get right back into it. Okay, so next we will have our first speaker, Alice Gautier, to speak to all of you. But before he does, I'd like to introduce him just a little. Dr. Alice Gautier is a Christ follower, a husband of 19 years, and a father of 3 boys. He is a national teen and youth adult speaker, a retreat leader, an evangelist, a missionary, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and a full-time theologist teacher, and a campus minister who has been there and is now living it real for Christ. So everybody, now that you know a little bit about him, please welcome Dr. Alex Gautier, a great guy, to speak to all of you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So look, first, I could tell like y'all are coming out of worship, and I'm looking at some of y'all's cameras and so forth. So I could tell y'all are like really excited, really moved. Stop lying, you know that as well as I do. So this is what I need you to do. Everybody, like, first, like, please, 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 do me a favor. Can y'all stand up? Just move, just stretch for a second, please, because I can see some of y'all like y'all need to stay woke. You know, I tell people all the time, I've been woke. I don't even need a bed, bruh. Like, that's how I roll. You feel me? So I need you guys, like, to move around a little bit. Just move, you know. Hey, just, you know, move your neck. Pretend like you caught your boyfriend, you girl, you caught your boyfriend, you know, Snapchatting somebody else. You know, like, oh, my God. You know, you a dude, I need you to go ahead and just, you know, stretch it out a little bit. You know, get the blood flowing. You feel me? All right, so thank you, guys, which I can see absolutely nobody. So just know that Jesus loves you and he sees all. All right, so look, this is what we're gonna do is there we go. Appreciate you. These are so weird for me. I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm so used to like being in you know in person, hearing y'all laugh, feeling y'all's vibe. You know, like I can feed off of that. But here, everything is like mad delayed. So this is what I need you guys to do as much as possible. I know y'all are already moving around and so forth, even though y'all got y'all's cameras off. I know, it's okay. Jesus loves you. So what I need is, can you put inside the chat box, can you put like, because this is Houston, right? You got to understand, it's like, this has been a crazy week. This is Houston. Okay, so cool. This is what I need. I need some H's, you know, for H-Town, you know. I need some of those little emojis inside the chat box. You could put little fire emojis because I'm always fresh. You know how I do it. You know, don't judge me. All right. I'm like one of them dudes. I stay fresh. Like somebody put hi, really, H-Town. I can't get an emoji, like one. Just please, one emoji. Okay, well, love you guys. Oh, thank you. All right, so look, still there, of course, the fire emojis. You already know how I do. Okay, so look, this is what I need, man. Look. We're gonna talk about bullying, but I love in being able to do some of these things. We're gonna throw because bullying don't make sense. I'm gonna keep it. Oh, I shouldn't. You got to know this about me. I always, at my best, I will always keep it. We're in Houston, so I'm gonna say keep it real. For New York, we say keep the buck and so forth. So we're gonna keep it real. In saying that, we cannot approach bullying any topic if we're not looking at it from the God perspective, and you'll see what I'm getting at in a second. All right, so. Check this out. You're going to get out of this what you put into it. I know y'all are tired. Y'all been up all night, probably playing video games, wrestling with Jesus, reading your Bible. Stop lying, because Jesus knows all. I know y'all been up praying in the middle of the night. Not stop lying. Y'all lying? You know what I'm saying? At least you looking into the camera and I can hear, I can see you saying no. So I appreciate you telling the truth. All right. So look, if you're lying, just know that you will go straight to hell. I'm just playing. I'm half joking. All right. Yeah. So yeah, now y'all awake, huh? Did he see? No, he was joking. Okay. So look, this is what we're gonna do is I want you to realize that real sticking for bullying and all those things comes from family. And you'll get what I'm saying. Now, I need a timer. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm Puerto Rican. I do theology and philosophy, and I can run my mouth the whole time. So please tell me somebody, what time do I have till? You can put inside the chat or just say it or something because I want to make sure I land on the right point. I know these are different. Can somebody do that, please? No. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and start. All right, so look, bullying, if you're going to approach it the right way, comes from family because we all know family, it's embedded in us, the family, we stick up for each other. All right, so I was that dude. I know we've been in quarantine and then we're in quarantine again. I know there's certain things that I miss, okay? Be honest with you, I miss. Like I miss saying what's up to people. Now, don't get me wrong, in Zoom, you know, like, hey, you busy, so forth, you know, but it's different in person, right? Because you know, you get the head nod, you know, you walking down the hallway like, what's up, bruh? You know, like, or especially this is what I love about being with minorities. Like when we say hi, we say hi. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, bro? Especially if you haven't seen each other in a minute. We're like, yo, what's up? Then we give each other dap, rub each other's head. You know what I'm saying? I see some homeboys, like, y'all throwing, like, gang signs, all kind with handshakes, like slapping each other and so forth. It's dope. And I miss that. I miss saying hello. I also miss Girl Scout cookies. I'm gonna be real with you. I miss Girl Scout cookies. Nobody likes Girl Scout cookies. Be real with me. Y'all miss those too? Yeah, for real. The Thin Mints go hard. Yeah, for real. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. For real. You ever notice you like eat one, you start watching some, or you just black out, let's be real, then the whole package is gone. You know what I'm saying? My wife, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. My wife, like real talk, my wife be like, hey, what happened? I blame it on one of my sons. Hey, you raise your kids how you want to. All right. So look, I miss Girl Scout cookies because, you know, they come to the house and so forth. But one thing that I miss, I know this is going to sound weird. All right. I know. And looking back on my days growing up, I miss breakfasts in the morning. Breakfast. I miss breakfast in the morning. For real. Don't judge me, okay? Because I grew up on the poor people's line. Like I had in my day they had different lines, all right? And it was if you pay cash or you check or whatever, you went to one line. If you was on like the food stamps, we went in one line. So I was on the food stamp line. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I used to love it for real. That man, them pancakes used to speak to my soul. Y'all don't understand. That's proof that Jesus loves me. Kind of like them Girl Scout cookies and Chick-fil-A. Oh, and the Popeyes chicken sandwich. That thing goes hard. Okay, so look. So moving forward, so check it out. So one day, okay, so y'all feel my pain, all right? So one day, I'm playing basketball, all right? I go to school, go to early. I eat my pancakes, little sausage, them little biscuits, them little rolls and stuff, man. Man, forget y'all. Okay, so look, y'all spoiled. Okay, so that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all spoiled. So what happens is, so look, so I go to school, I eat, and afterwards I go play basketball. Now, so as I'm playing basketball, I notice my crush comes around the corner. All right. So as I'm balling, you already know what's up. You know, I gotta like throw behind the back a little bit, between the legs a little bit, because I got game. You know, nothing to do with the start. Just want you to know I got game. So what happens is, like, as I'm watching my crush, now I see this big water balloon head boy. He was my first bully. All right, this is my first bully story, and I was in 3rd grade. Okay, I should have told you I'm in third grade. I'm in 3rd grade. All right, so what happens is, y'all see my fingers. I know I got issues. All right, so look. So I see my first crush. She looking all good and stuff, 3rd grade, you know, so got the little ponytails, you know what I'm saying? Looking all cute, like, hey, girl, what's up? And then I noticed the first bully, this big water balloon head boy. He walks, so he not here, so I can roast him. All right, so I'm just don't roast, all right? Okay, in Jesus' name. I love him though. I pray for him. Okay, so look, so he runs over to my girlfriend, but she didn't know she was my girlfriend. She my first crush. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't slide in the DMs in our days. We just be like, hey, what's up, girl? I like you. You like me. You know, we you know what? We used to send these little notes. Do you like me? Circle yes, circle no. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know about that? Man, y'all see, that's what's wrong with y'all young folks. Now y'all just swipe right, swipe left. Think I don't know that. Okay, so look, what happened, y'all telling on yourself. So what happens is, first bully goes up to her and he starts, like, you see him talking, And I'm like, oh, my man, like he's trying to, he's shooting his shot. And I ain't talking about basketball. So I'm like, okay, bruh, we're going to have a problem, man. All right. Now, I should have told you this. I'm in 3rd grade. So that means I'm about this tall, okay? So, and my man is about this tall and about this. Man, it looked like, I ain't playing my man like, oh, he been locked up or something. All right, so he had a tattoo on his neck. No, he didn't. It's my story. I can say whatever I want to. All right, so look, so he walks over to his and I'm like, oh, man, whatever. So I win. Of course I win because I got game. My man comes in the corner. My man comes on the court with my girl. Okay, my man comes on the court with my girl. There's rules to this, okay, man? Be pulling up on my girl, pressing my girl like that, even though she don't know. So they come on the court because they got next, okay? So I'm a gentleman, all right? That's what I do, all right? I'm a gentleman. So I give her the ball because I won. Technically, I can keep the ball, but I'm a gentleman. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be smooth. I'm trying to, press a little bit. So I give her the ball, and she grabs the ball, like, right? And she goes in for a layup, okay? And she's like, oh, and she, like, throws it. I'm lying. I'm going to be real with you because I grew up, like, kind of ratchet. I'm in the hood, So she just, like, and she goes in for the layup, and I'm like, man, I could, but I don't because I'm thinking I'm going to let her make it because afterwards there's a victory. You feel me? So, okay, let's pause for a second. In sports, I know back in the day when they were on TV, you know what I'm saying? We miss sports. Shout out to the NBA. I heard they're going to start again. My man, LeBron James, I'm just saying, that's my boy. Okay, so look, I miss basketball. So, in sports, whenever you do like something good, you celebrate, right? Like in soccer, I don't know what they do. They like kick each other's legs or whatever. In football, grab your helmet, and he'd be shaking your helmet like this, big old helmets, especially because I used to play Little League, wobble, and like, man, coach, don't kill me, don't break my neck. And then like they slap your helmet, there's certain things that you do, all right? In baseball, I'm Puerto Rican, I play baseball like my whole life, all right? And what they do is, and don't make it weird, don't make it weird. What they used to do is, the coach, like you be running around, and they just like a little bit, good job, coach. You see, none weird, all right? Okay, so what happens is, let's go back to that. So she goes in, she lays it up, little. I'm like, hey, that was kind of good. I could have LeBron James her, but I didn't. So she made the shot, right? So I'm like, all right, it's my turn. It's like a movie. It's like, I want you to cue like John Legend, what I'm saying? Alicia Keys, all of me. I'm like, yeah, girl, what's up? I'm like running. I'm like, what's up? Like, and I go up like this just to hit hands, and it does just like this. Look. She misses. And she goes straight up to water balloon head, and he decides to do a victory celebration like a baseball coach. What do I mean? I mean this. You remember the baseball coach? They do like this. He does like to my crush, okay? So I'm just like, all right, bruh, y'all don't know me, okay? I'm kind of crazy, all right? I grew up in a Latino home. That means we run from stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand. Our grandmothers grab like shoes. This is what I love about growing up in a multicultural home, because I got multicultural beatings. You feel me? Like my parents, they would grab certain stuff and they would throw it. And like me, I would catch it because I'm a ninja. You know what I'm saying? So like I would move. I got skills. So I'm in 3rd grade. So I'm kind of gangster with it, So I walk up with him and I'm like, hey, yo, my man, what's up, man? That's my girl, after he celebrated. But check this out. But I realized, again, 3rd grade. So it's more like, instead of like, yo, my man, it's more like, yo, my man. Next thing I know is my man decides to start playing the drums with my head. What I mean is, he jumps on top of me like a spider monkey, like that. And then he's on top of my chest, and he's just like, wow. And he beat my brains in. And it's cool because I'm blocking him with my face, all right? That's messed up. Don't ever block with your face because it hurts. Okay. So he's sitting on top of my chest and he's just like, bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, oh man, I got him right where I want him. No, I wasn't ready. All the different stuff. All right. So look, what happens is I close my eyes and open it, and he didn't see, I went to school. I have an older sister. Now, again, I'm in third grade. My older sister, Tina, I'm this tall. My older sister, Tina, is this tall. Okay, so you see the height difference. She's smaller than me, but y'all don't understand. My older sister is, if you ever seen like Conor McGregor, my sister, you know, she got issues. She been locked up. No, she didn't, but she part thug. So she comes around there and just like, wham, she hits him and knocks him down. And so I get up and, you know, we get in trouble. We go home, and my pops pulls us aside and he tells us something very, very significant. He says, family, he says, look, first of all, I don't like y'all fighting. We all got in trouble and so forth. And then he really asked me that really important question. Did you win? You know what I'm saying? All the good stuff, all the good Christian stuff. But as we got home, my pop's like, yo, I don't want y'all fighting, but family always sticks together. Family, no matter what's going on, no matter where you're at, family will always fight for each other. Now, why am I talking about this? Because some of y'all are like, man, this is bullying. Y'all talking about fighting and so forth. Hold up. Again, first, I'm not condoning this, but second, just tell you how I grew up. But third, there's something good with that, with family fighting for each other. Why I'm saying that is, if you realize God is a family, God is a Trinity. And if God is a Trinity, and I like how the St. John Paul II would say it, he says that God, and his deepest mystery, is not a solitude, but he's a family. So he's bound by family bonds. Now, if we're family, especially in the family of God, think about that, okay? Think about that. If we're family and family of God, then that means we're made to fight for each other. Now, we're not talking about physically fight. What I am talking about is standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves. Or if you're like me, I knew back in the day, I'm gonna be honest with you, that any fight that I went into, because I have my sister and because I have other family, I knew I was never alone. You see, because we had a sacred bond in our family as in blood. But God's family is so much more real and so much more true if we lean into that. Why am I talking about this? Well, one, the family, the Trinity. But two, you guys are going to be going back to school, and there's a lot of drama that's going on right now. A lot. And what the enemy has done is it has made it a us versus them mentality. Now, I want to say this, and I have to, and I'm pretty sure somebody already said this, but if it's about racism, which all of it is, racism is a sin. I want to make sure I say that again. Racism is a sin no matter on what side you're on. And I also want to say that point. We do not correct wrongs. We do not correct wrongs by doing another wrong. You guys are going to be going back to school. And I'm going to be honest with you. I grew up it was very, very heavily where I was the minority. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know how it gets whenever you're in a big group. You feel me? And I'm trying to be vague for a specific. I went to school at Carver, so I understand. But listen, two wrongs do not make a right. Racism is a sin. What's happening is the enemy has made it a us versus them mentality. Whenever you say us, what we're talking about is people who look like us, dress like us, talk like us, and so forth. And that's natural. And even sociologists talk about it. That's natural. That's normal. There's nothing, quote unquote, wrong with that. But what happens is if it becomes only us, then how are we going to be family if some become them? You see, because in our house is family of God, it's us, not them. And I think a lot of what's going on outside and back in your schools for bullying is a lot of people think it's only me, us, versus them when it should be us. Now, does that mean that you do not agree? I mean that you will see eye to eye on stuff? Of course not. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. I barely see eye to eye with everybody that I know, but that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is us versus them mentality. And then when it comes to us, we give people who are like us more grace, more fruit. If they mess up, like, oh, well, you know, and this goes for both sides, and that's come I'm being vague with it. But them is everybody that I don't talk like, dress like, music. Here, I put yourself in a category. Me, I'm a man. So when I'm around other guys, that's a category. That's normal. And then when women are in the room, we know there's dudes, especially if you're in the gym working out, you know, in the gym, like I said, on the basketball court, you see another girl, especially a crush, you're going to be a little bit different because it's them. You see, some of this is normal and we do it. But what's happening is the enemy is walking in and he's moving us side to side and has drawn these lines. If we're going to approach bullying the right way, what we have to do is it's no longer those people who are getting bullied, it's us who are getting bullied. You see the difference? If you're related to that person, you're like, oh, snap, it makes a difference. So let me tell you, brothers and sisters, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, 2 wrongs do not make a right. If somebody's pressing, if somebody's being a certain way, if you're getting bullied, make sure you open your mouth. And if you're there and you see it, like I'm going to be real with you, you have a responsibility to say and to do something about it. Why? Because that's your family. Even if they look different than you, even if they talk different than you, even if they are different than you and they don't come from the same neighborhood and so forth, they're still family if we look at it from the God perspective. And sometimes it's as simple as like, hey, bro, chill, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, you're getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you like relax already. Or maybe not in front of everybody after everything. Be like, yo, my man, like, what's going on, bro? You good? Like, come on, bro, chill out. You see what I'm saying? It comes in different ways. And I don't know every little perspective, but we have to find the right tools. But where it starts from is the no longer us versus them. It becomes a us problem. You see, and that's what God wants. But what the enemy is doing is it's separating us from everybody. And I'll end with this story. I know I have like 4 minutes or so. I end with this story. You see, the enemy loves to get in our ear about our brothers and sisters. That's them. They look funny. They dress different. They like different things and so forth. And some of that is normal. But what happens is it becomes a point to where we can start making fun of, we can start roasting, we can start picking and so forth. And again, this may not be you, and I want to say it isn't you, but this is how the psychology that lines bullying is like, look, these people are, whoever these people are, they're different. But again, that us. And what the enemy does is he takes something that's normal and then he extends it. And it's like, this is how they are. This is all of them. They, where it should be us. But the enemy has no teeth. All right, so check this out. So growing up, I grew up around a lot of dogs. I'm not playing, all right? And I mean like big dogs, you know, those big dogs like Chihuahuas, you know what I'm saying? They got issue problems. El Chapo, them things out of control, man, like for real. I have one now, man, little Chihuahua, man. My man walks in like he a gangster, like he you know, like he listened to Tupac. But I also grew up with like big dogs, like really, really big dogs that are strong. And I know what I'm talking about is like pit bulls. I remember back in the day, they used to put them big chains on them. I know they don't do it anymore because of everything that's happening, but they put them big chains on them. And my man used to walk down the street. You would see like 2, 3 of them, like, you know, and it would be funny, man. Like all kidding aside, like sometimes I would see like dudes, they would have like their little brothers or somebody walk their dog or like a little girl. And like these dogs would like drag them. And you're like, hey man, they went CJ. You know what I'm saying? My man just like flying behind them. All right, so I grew up around a lot of dogs, but check this out. Growing up, there was this one house on the end of the street. It had these 2 big dogs, but then they got a third one. And this third one, they were all pit bulls, but this third one, I mean, they had a high chain fence and everything. But this third one, man, I don't know, man. This one had issues, man. Like, I don't know. He used to bark at everybody. The other 2 were a little bit, don't get me wrong, they would bark, but they weren't like ridiculous with it. This one, like he would try to jump over the fence and it was like a high fence and everything. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is one day, this one kid, my friend, he was scared to walk through there. But one day, so he would walk all around. One day, this dog jumped the fence, and it was high. And so this dog starts running after my homeboy. And I remember I'm just like, I'm watching it from a distance. Of course I am. And I'm just like, hey man, I ain't going to that boy. You better run. So like my man's like running, right? And so like he's running, help me, help me. So the dog like tracks him down and like jumps on him. All right. And my man is like mad scary. You got to understand, they had this dog for about a year. So like every day my man would walk around like he would take the long way around home. But this one day, this dog jumps up. So what ends up happening is, I'm finishing, the dog jumps on him. And as the dog jumps on him, he's like, oh snap, I'm about to die. So he puts his hands up, and the dog, as he bites him, it doesn't hurt. So he opens up his eyes, and my homeboy CJ, I was like, yo, what happened? I realized the dog didn't have any teeth. I was scared of his bark, but as he was gnawing me, it didn't hurt. And so I opened up my eyes and I realized that dog didn't have any teeth, so it didn't hurt. That's how the enemy is with all of this that's going on. The enemy is barking really, really loud, but he doesn't have any teeth, especially with the family of God if we stand together. So if you get anything out of this, is that we're family. And it's no longer us versus them. It should be us together. And the enemy has no win. He has no teeth, no bite in this if you stand together as a family of God. All right, brothers and sisters, my time is up. I hope you have a good and blessed day. Hit me up. Y'all need anything. God bless. I'm done.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes,
No
that
problem.
was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Next person is Devin Moore. So for Devin is a 16-year-old sophomore, guys, and he has his own anti-bullying organization, and it is called hashtag Race to Speak Up. And he basically started it after he was racially cyberbullied in middle school. So Devin understands that a person should not be bullied, and he is driven to make sure that what happens does not happen to anyone else. Devin is dedicated to getting a state anti-bullying law passed, which will keep students safe in school from bullying and implementing mandatory anti-bullying classes in school. Devin has served as a guest speaker on Humanity Rising, Empowering You to Change the World podcast and What Causes Inspire You voice podcast. He's educated viewers about the different types of bullying, cyber, physical, verbal, and social, and it is a devastating effort. So everybody, please welcome Devin Moore, our guest speaker for today.
Hey y'all, how's everyone doing? Can I get a quick wave or a hi in the chat? Alright, hey y'all. I'm Devin, 6 years old. I'm the founder of hashtag Race to Speak Up, an anti-bullying organization. Kennedy, can I screen share? Can you access this?
Yes, you can screen share.
It says host disabled participants sharing.
Okay. You said, what did it say?
It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, I changed the settings. Go ahead. Hopefully it worked.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
My focus today will be cyberbullying. We can all make a difference in this world when it comes to making a positive change. We can stop cyberbullying, but we must work together. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. They sent me a meme saying Black people aren't functioning members of society. What happened to me should have never happened, and I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that it doesn't happen to another kid. Now let's talk about what is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying includes the use of electronic communication and social media such as Instagram and Snapchat. Now, Instagram and Snapchat are hugely popular, but when used in a negative way, hurt a lot of people. I'm sure everyone on the Zoom call has seen some hurtful and mean things online. My racist cyberbullying traumatized me, and I definitely don't want another kid to be traumatized. I can't unsee my hateful images, and most likely they're with me forever. I don't want another kid to suffer in that way. No more threats. No more mean words. No more insults. No more cyberbullying. Let's think about it for a second. What would the day look like without cyberbullying? Pretty great, right? Now, I have a few messages to show you guys. These messages don't say anything nice. Everyone hates you. Fat pig. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. The words fat pig and hate have meanings and they hurt. You're ugly. Nobody likes you. You make me sick. Saying these words to someone in person hurts. Saying these words to someone online hurts too. Now, I know it may be hard not to respond, but responding to this offensive cyberbullying will go down an even darker hole. One that will be hard to climb out of. The first thing you do is screenshot the message and then block the person. Next, you go talk to a parent or a teacher or a friend about what's happening. Don't have a back and forth conversation because it will escalate and get worse. You don't need to suffer alone. Now I want you guys to type in the chat. I'd love for your guys' feedback. How many of you have ever been cyberbullied or seen it? Or were you the person who sent mean and hateful messages to someone online? For those who have been through cyberbullying, what did you do to fix the problem? Did you talk to a parent or a friend or a teacher? I mean, I get it. I know how horrible you can feel inside. You just want to escape the pain. I know that you guys in this Zoom call are in different states, and this shows us that bullying is everywhere. It isn't just in New York where I live. It isn't just in Texas. It's everywhere, and we need to work together to end it. Now, let's take a look at the chat room. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys for sharing. It's okay if you don't feel comfortable sharing, it's fine. I have seen it, but at the time, I really know how to respond. It's okay. I'm here to tell you that it's okay. We have a voice and we can speak up against this hate and against the bullying. Well, cyberbullying can take your day and just turn it around in such a bad way. I will keep working to stop it. I see your comments in the chat and I know I must keep working suffering. Now let's move on to the statistics. These are statistics for cyberbullying, and it's scary how many lives are affected by it. In 2020, 73% of students feel they have been bullied in their lifetime. 87% of young people have seen cyberbullying occurring online. I already had to deal with racist cyberbullying. It's disgusting. It's offensive. It's wrong. Instead of the amount of cyberbullying decreasing, it's increasing. Instead of it getting smaller, the numbers are getting bigger. That's unacceptable. I wanted to show you guys a few statistics so you can understand and give you an idea about the scary numbers and the harmful effects cyberbullying has on a person's life. Teens are cyberbullying. Adults are cyberbullying. And you can't just keep saying something needs to be done and then walk away not giving the cyberbullying problem a second thought. Kids have committed suicide because of cyberbullying. Kids don't want to go to school because of cyberbullying. Kids' grades are failing because of cyberbullying. Kids are scared because of cyberbullying. Threats, name-calling, insults, mean words. We can't continue on this dark and cruel road. I have hope that things can and will change for the better. Just because it's online doesn't make it hurt any less. Just because it's online doesn't mean it doesn't destroy a person's life. It cannot be ignored. Now let's talk about the effects of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying can lead to anxiety, the intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. I still deal with anxiety. I still feel uneasy and anxious at times because of what happened to me. My anxiety didn't just magically go away. Bullying can affect you in a way where it stays with you. And I mean stay with you in a bad way, a hurtful way. Cyberbullying can lead to depression, the continuous feeling of sadness and loss of interest. It can be hard to sleep at night, and it can also lead to nightmares. It would take me forever to fall asleep at night, and when I finally did, I was having nightmares about my bullies. It can be hard to focus on work. I had a hard time focusing on what my teachers were saying. How could I? Being in an environment where I'm being constantly tormented. It is almost impossible to learn while in English class or math class, or even doing homework at home. You are still thinking about what you're going through. Cyberbullying can lead to suicide. You turn on the news and you see it over and over again where a child has committed suicide because of bullying. And it's all over social media too. One time I was going through Instagram and saw a post that was a collage of kids that had committed suicide. It's heartbreaking. This is not right, and we must stand up against bullying. Now let's talk about cyberbullying during this coronavirus pandemic. It's on the rise. While kids are home, most are on their cell phones and laptops, but unfortunately, a lot of kids are sending horrible images and messages to one another online. I get it. Being isolated and at home all the time isn't easy, but it should mean let me hurt someone in the downtime. Just take a look at these news headlines. Idle time, family dynamics, and low self-esteem make perfect recipe for cyberbullying. Cyberbullying increases amid coronavirus pandemic. As students stay home and become physically isolated from their school friends because of coronavirus, officially known as COVID-19, experts say cyberbullying is becoming a growing problem. This increase of cyberbullying while we stay home and stay safe needs to stop, guys. Take a look at these messages. There's nothing nice about what's on the screen. Just imagine getting a post telling you to kill yourself. That's disturbing. Or imagine a Twitter post saying you slept with the whole basketball team. We have to stop this cruel and mean and hateful cyberbullying. Your phone is with you all the time, so you feel like there's no escape. You feel trapped in this world of hurt, and we have to rise up and stop it. Stop the pain. Stop the hurt. Stop the bullying. Let's redirect the negative energy into positive energy. You can post positive affirmations on social media like, I have the power to create change, or today will be incredible. Or you can email your teachers, your friends, and family members and simply say, hi, how are you? Now I want to briefly explain my path that I'm taking on my #Race to Speak Up journey in order to get a state anti-bullying law passed. I am dedicated to getting a state anti-bullying law passed, which will keep students safe in schools from bullying. The law will make schools report all the bullying incidents in the school and actually do something effective about it. Schools have to report all incidents to school superintendents. The school superintendents must record it and put on record and post on the school's website under an icon titled Anti-Bullying. It will list how many bullying incidents there were and how it was resolved. Students' personal information will not be revealed. This law will help to keep students safe. You can't just send a student back to class and think it will fix itself. It won't. I can tell you firsthand that ignoring the problem doesn't work. I decided in an effort to make some real changes, I had to reach out to lawmakers and tell them they need to do something. So I started making phone calls and scheduling meetings. I've met with legislators, senators, and assembly members to explain to them the seriousness of anti-bullying. I talked to them about the importance of doing something about this problem. I would go to meetings after school and even sometimes before school because fixing this bullying problem matters to me, and it should matter to all of you too. My family and friends have been very supportive throughout my #Race to Speak Up journey, and I say thank you. Parents, teachers, and students need to all be involved with solving this serious bullying problem. We can conquer this together, guys. I also want to implement mandatory anti-bullying classes into schools. Teachers will need to attend an anti-bullying workshop and learn how to understand and deal with the different types of bullying. That includes cyber, physical, verbal, and social. And during these anti-bullying classes, kids can do bullying reenactments. The classes are all about understanding and resolving bullying. We must do something effective in order to make change. I started online because I want to show lawmakers that this bullying issue matters. By you guys signing, you're showing your support and helping me get this anti-bullying law passed. Please go to www.change.org and sign. Type in #Race to Speak Up. Let's get this bullying law passed. The more signatures, the better. I plan to take these signatures to Albany, New York, and show senators there that this is important and that they need to make real changes. I'm starting here in New York where I live, but I want this law in every state. I'm going to type the link in the chat now. So far, I have almost 1,500 signatures, and I'd love for you guys to sign. Now, I just want to share a few comments from my petition page so you guys can hear the frustration from all over. This comment came from Russ. He wrote, bullying has gone on way too long, and it is a long past due time for it to stop. I was a victim of bullying in school growing up, and I know how damaging it is. No young person deserves that ever. This other comment came from Shelly. She wrote, schools should be a safe, supportive place for children. Administrators and teachers must take bullying seriously in today's world, whether in person or on social media. Donna wrote, every student deserves to be taught in a friendly, safe school environment. bullying problem is a scary place. When you see the youth committing suicide or coming back to school with a weapon, then you know we have a huge problem that cannot just be swept under the rug. We must stand up against it. That is the reason why I am combating bullying through my hashtag Race to Speak Up organization and by also being the Suffolk County Youth Anti-Bullying Task Force leader. This is a group of high school students, and we talk about the best ways to prevent bullying. As we know, you can be bullied for anything, from your size, to the clothes you wear, to where you live, to if you wear glasses, to your height, anything. You can be bullied for anything. I was bullied for the color of my skin, which is something I cannot control, so it shows you that bullying is simply out of control. I think there's a beauty in different colors. What a boring world it would be if we all looked the same. I love the differences and I welcome them. Raise your hand if you see beauty in different colors. Or type in the chat, me too, or I see beauty, or a thumbs up. I see you, Zerlene. And I see a couple others. Now, also, if you don't mind sharing, please type the different reasons you were bullied in the chat. Were you bullied for being tall? Were you bullied for being skinny? Were you bullied for being smart? Were you bullied for your sexuality? Were you bullied for your religion? Did anyone help you while you were being bullied? Are you still being bullied? If you've ever seen bullying, how did you step up and help? I wore glasses. I wear glasses too. Race, yes, other students helped. Well, I personally know what it's like to be bullied for your race, and I'm glad that other students helped you. We need to help instead of hurt because of my intelligence and beauty. We are all different. We all came on this world and we're all different. It's fine to be intelligent. It's good to be intelligent. And it's fine to be beautiful. We're all beautiful in our own way. We were all put in this world and we are all beautiful. Because of my size, we were all put in this world in different shapes and sizes. We're all beautiful. I know that it isn't easy to talk about difficult and uncomfortable situations sometimes, but it helps. People can do mean and hurtful and shameful things, and it's not right. I know firsthand that it hurts, but you're not alone. When I saw my face photoshopped with a gun aimed toward my head, and when I saw my face on top of a gorilla suit, I was hurt. I was angry. I knew it wasn't right, and I knew I had to speak up. Now, please understand that you are not alone. It doesn't feel good to have a person break you down by posting hurtful things about you. That's why we need to stand together. Our differences make us interesting. We need to embrace each other's differences. And for those who helped someone who was being bullied, I say thank you. Thank you guys for sharing. Now we'll talk about being an upstander and a bystander. An upstander is a person who speaks up or helps the person being hurt and bullied. For example, you see a friend of yours about to post something hurtful and insulting and offensive about a girl in your class. Tell that person to stop. An upstander steps up and helps. A bystander is a person who does nothing to help the person being hurt and bullied. A bystander would let the friend post offensive comments about the girl. Let's imagine how amazing the world would be if it was filled with upstanders instead of bystanders. Pretty amazing, right? For me, I turned to my parents to help me with my bullying. It was hard because what I was going through was dealing with unbearable pain. My bullying motivated me to help others. Now I speak to kids about being upstanders and not bystanders. I think it's important to have this bullying conversation at a young age. It's heartbreaking to hear a young kid talk about being called ugly or told they aren't worthy because of cyberbullying. It stays with you and it's not right. When you see something, speak up to a teacher you trust, or a friend, or a parent, or me. Now let's take a minute and imagine the perfect or close to perfect day. I want you guys to type in the chat and share. What does it look like? Are you surrounded by friends? Are you sending funny emojis to your family? Are you acing an exam? My perfect day would be binge watching Charmed or writing poems and stories. Now let's take a look at the chat. My perfect day would also be just binge watching Netflix shows. Our days could be different, but we don't need cyberbullying in the mix of them. A day free from bullying sounds like a good day to me. We all know this. Your day shouldn't be negatively affected by cyberbullying. I want you all to understand that bullying is an important issue, and we just can't sit on the sidelines and watch it. We must work together to end it. I want to thank you all for listening. But you don't have to be alone. And I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. This is great, and I really enjoyed talking to you guys. Please feel free to reach out to me if you need to talk when it comes to bullying. My email is racetospeakup@gmail.com. My Instagram is racetospeakup. And also, don't forget to sign my petition, unchange.org. Here, I'll put it in the chat again. Thank you. I'll ask you some questions. What grade am I in? I'm a junior. Well, I'm going to be a junior. Technically, I'm a junior. Do any of you have any more questions? Have you seen the commercial the kids were excluding a student and then another all the tables together so the child would not eat alone? I have not seen that commercial, but it's good. It's good that that person was looking after the victim. It's good that the person was standing up, was being an upstander and helping that person by eating with them.
Does anybody have any questions for Dr. Alex Gautier as well? Well, for both Devin and Alex Gautier. No questions? Right, so thank you, Devin and Dr. Alex Gautier, for your beautiful words. And thank you, Devin, for your presentation, for telling us about your petition, because I didn't even know that. So I thank you guys for that. So I'm going to close us out. So honestly, I want to thank you for being a blessing and an honor to me. And I'm grateful that I came and spoke and got to be a part and learn and host this workshop. I am blessed that you have chosen to be a part of it. And so in preparing this speech, I have to be honest and transparent. I never thought I could be able to accomplish this workshop 2 days ago. And at the beginning, I didn't have a strong foundation to build off, but God and these amazing people that you see in front of you have saw me through the obstacles, saw what I could become, and pushed me past my comfortability level. So I truly want to thank these beautiful women and men, Miss Katie Spencer, Miss Marie Ledette, Ms. Gwen Johnson, and Mr. Pishon for building me up, guiding me to push past my limitations and bettering my leadership. I want to thank Dr. Alice Gautier and Deborah Moore again for giving the absolute most amazing and beautiful words to everyone that we will carry throughout our lives. And I want to thank my technology team, my facilitator, Jayla Jackson, and for supporting and assisting me today. And I want to thank my family, friends, and parents for all the support and being here and up until this point and throughout my life. So I hope that everyone enjoyed it like just as much as I did. And I would say go ahead and register for July because it's going to come with more speakers, more events. And I want to thank you again and have an amazing evening, guys. So bye, everybody.
We've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. And we will see the goodness of the Lord